Welcome, everybody, to the WealthBuildersHQ.com Power Hour. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. Let's go ahead and make sure you all can hear me. If you would please go ahead and type the number 1 in that chat box, in that comment section, and let me know that you can. I would greatly appreciate it. My goodness, who wrote a dissertation in there already? We're just getting started. What we got there? All right, let's see. How you doing, Brenda? Hey, Jim, how you doing? Morning, Helen. Afternoon, John. Erica, good morning or afternoon, whichever one works. Fantastic. Well, welcome, everybody. Welcome one and all to the first event in April 2023. As we get going here, keep in mind that everything we look at is for educational purposes. Nothing's meant to be advice or recommendations. Bottom line, if you find a trade you like, make sure it fits your own personal risk profile and risk tolerance. Never take a trade that does not do that. You know, if you feel you can't sleep at night, it is probably not the right trade for you. Right, got a lot of stuff coming up this week. I mean, a lot. On April 3rd, that would be today, right? The Inner Circle check-in. Mastermind group is tomorrow. Wealth with Spreads is on the 5th. Trading You is on the 6th, right? And then, we get Friday off. Well, Friday we're closed. Remember that. Friday is a holiday. A Power Hour coming up on the, this Monday, of course, today, and then next Monday. No Trading Coaches Playbook this week because we are off. Office is closed. No one's in there to answer emails or anything. We'll get back to them on Monday. Top 3 strategies coming up next, April 3rd. Again, that is today. Brandon's teaching his first class. Guys, make sure that you take advantage of what he's doing in there. Brandon adjusts this presentation based on what's hot now, what strategies work. You may find some from the last time that he did it still work. But in other words, what's working best right now in this market, in this environment. Power option plays covered call Explorer. They're on their regular schedule. E-mini Think Tank is on a regular schedule. Vegas Spread Mastery will be no class on Friday. Okay, so keep that in mind. And I'm going to apologize and then tell you that I have figured out a solution for it. What did you do? What did you do? I apologize for all the emails we received of how many people could not get into the last Key to Be Free. Folks, we've got, a couple thousand people ability to get in that room and we were packed. So, and I get it, nothing we can really do about it. But to offset that, what I'm going to do is we're going to have 1, maybe 2 more events that we're putting on within the next week or 2. We're going to get them on there. My team's working on getting dates and schedules and emails put together and tags in the email addresses and things in our CRM so we know you're actually registered in there and Zoom rooms and all of that stuff. As soon as we have all of that complete, you'll know. But I am pretty confident it's the 13th, which is a Thursday night, I think we did, and the 15th, which is a Saturday. These are April. A Saturday, we're going to do the class. I think we chose 1 p.m. I figured we'd shake it up a little bit and get away from the noon and give the people on the West Coast a little extra hour to sleep in there. Let's see. I think Sean just dropped it in. 13th at 8 p.m. and the 15th at 1 p.m. Both of those are Eastern time. Right. So I just want to let you know that we don't have anything to set up for it right now for you to register. We'll get that. And so forth, right? You'll be able to click through on that and go from there. Okay. So make sure you're following along with what we're doing on here, keeping up with the latest and greatest. Register, subscribe to all the various channels we have out there. Make sure you go to Trading Like a Boss. All of our free resources are on there. That's where you can go ahead and register for this class, for your Trading Coaches Playbook, all at one time. We can register for the top 3 trading strategies. We always put all of those types of things there. And then any other free resources that we have available are on that training. Market Mornings with Rob is no longer live. We're doing that as a recording now. But you can subscribe to an email list for that. So you're notified and you'll find that email list on tradinglikeaboss.com, right? So make sure you check that page out. I didn't want to click on that. Here's our manifesto. This is what it is to be a trading boss, folks. This has been weeks, months, a very long time in process to get it done, tweaking it, changing words. I had about 100 different people read it, give me their feedback. Non-traders, people that are word scholars, word smiths, if you would. A very good friend of mine who wrote a book, had just a book worth of corrections to make on there. So go ahead and download. You can download this right from the homepage, right? But Trading Boss is who we're trying to help you convert into, to make you into that boss where you own it, baby. It is yours. You own the market. You own that trading vehicle. You know what you're doing. That's the goal here and now. All right. And then you've got top 3 strategies, right? Which I said before, Brandon has that coming out. So today is the first one. The next one is the 5th. I think he's got one more. I think there's one more besides that, but you'll see all of them when you go to register. You'll see all of those. Lee, would you drop that link in for top 3 strategies, please? So you can click right on that and be able to go ahead and get rocking on that. All right. I don't want to show you trade of the day just yet. But I do want to talk trades. So this is where I'm going to ask you to drop your trades in. What trades did you guys do? Drop them in the chat box there in the comment section so I can go ahead and go through those. Do not be shy. Do not hold back. This is all about communication. It's all about accountability. It's all about sharing, right? Just as I do with you. If you can do it back with us by sharing the trades you did, I don't care if they're profitable, if they broke even, if they weren't profitable, if they were funded, non-funded. I don't care about that. I want you hitting enter. You know, I have had a lot of conversations with traders over the last week, over a dozen in the last week, trying to fix what's wrong, what is broken basically for them. And bottom line, number one, every single one was they're not hitting the enter button enough, period. They do not have the confidence in their strategy, in their system yet, to place that trade and keep that trade going. In other words, I'm comfortable with the trade. I like the trade. I'm not stressing out. Oh my God, I got to get out. Oh my God. Oh my God. You don't want any of that crap, right? We can't have that stuff happening, right? There's just no way. So let's see what you guys got going on here. So RH wrote gold. How was it? RH, was it a good trade, bad trade, make some money? What did you do? Was it on GOD? There we go. Trip said IBM switchback trade for 2 points in less than 90 minutes. Baby, that's a home run. Boom, chakalaka. Right? Crushed it. Awesome, Trip. Great job. Great job. Kevin said shorted Tesla Friday and sold this morning for a $12,000 profit. We're going to run that hammer again. Yay, baby. Great trade. I did some Tesla today as well, but I did it today, not on Friday. So good for you. Good for you. John said Wheel of Fortune. Whoops. Wheel of Fortune, Shopify, Spiders, and AMC naked puts on Tesla cash flow. $1,000 today. Great job, John. Great job. Jim said held one SPXW, which is the weeklies, call contract over the weekend to make 83%. I love it. I love it. Folks, it works. It works. In these crazy, stupid markets, it still works. Let's see. Jim said, okay, that was the same one. Held that. Let me see. All right. Brenda said no trades today. All right, Brenda, good. Appreciate the share. Yep, lot of kudos there on that 12K hit. So congrats again on that. Let's see. Andres said I played a put on SPY today on 15-minute chart. It moved up inside the upper Bollinger Band at the middle Bollinger, $1.50 on 3 contracts. That's $450, guys. Listen, $450. Let's round it to 500 because I don't have to do math. I could do that easy in my head. If you do that 5 days a week, heck, if you can only do that 3 days a week, that's $1,500 a week. That is $75,000 a year that you do not pay FICA, SUI, or FUI on. It's ordinary income. You are going to pay tax. I'm not telling you it's tax-free. You are going to pay taxes on it. But guys, just think about that. Well, I can't live on that, Rob. Well, what if you did 4 contracts? What if you built it up to 6 when you were comfortable and then got it up to 10? See, now $1.50 is $150 times 10 contracts is $1,500 a day. If you did it just 3 days a week, it's $4,500. We'll round it to $5,000, right? And now that is $250,000 a week. I would say most of you can live on $250,000 a year. I know some can't. right? I can't. I know some can. I can't. No, I can't. Let me rephrase it. I can't. Let's put it this way. I'll give you an example. My wife spends more on one appointment at the salon, than I pay the entire year, and I go every 3 weeks to get my hair cut. Then I pay the entire year. All right. No, she's got to go to this salon. She's got to go to this person. No, you can't not. Look, anybody that's anybody goes to this person, right? I remember the one she was using. Kate Murray goes to her. I said, I don't know if that's really something you want to boast about, right? Those that are not in New York, Long Island do not know who Kate Murray is, so don't worry about it. United Healthcare, $800 today. Great job, Karen. What a move on United Healthcare today. I did, RH said I did buy Oracle on 331 for an 80% profit. That is so nice. I love it. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. SPXW. Serious money. Absolutely is. Jim said today, 4 SPXW calls for 3% profit. Still in one call and up 12%. Nice job. Brendan said, go RH. There you go, folks. Listen, that's really what the bottom line it all comes down to. Right? That's the bottom line is what can you do? What can you take from what others are doing here today? Right? We've got a full house here today. Quite a few of you put some trades in there. I'm sure many of you had done trades and just didn't put them in, didn't feel worthy to put them in there, or maybe it was a smaller amount. Maybe you made $50 or whatever it was, right? But here's the thing. If you can look at what others are doing, learn from what they do. And you know what this does? You know what this proves? It isn't just Rob. It's not just Amelia. It's not Brandon and Sean and Sean and Tony. And that's not just that. And Ryan. And it's not just us. There are others that are not us, that are not coaches, that are not me, that are doing this as well. So congrats, big congrats on that, folks. I am absolutely loving it. Even more than you guys putting in the trades, what I love is when you guys go and congratulate other people for doing it, right? Which I read them all out loud, every one of you, right? So Erica was kudos to all, no trades today. You're good to go, right? Good trades, traders. Knowledge is profit. C, absolutely. PK said first solar spread $330, SPY $170, OIA spread, catching $130. Gee, some of these puppies sound familiar. OIH sounds familiar. PK First Solar sounds familiar. Where'd they come from? Erica said, however, I looked at Tesla today. You bet. Thank you. You're welcome there, PK. Yeah, Tesla was in a bullish pattern. I chose to take, well, I'll share with you in a moment mine, right? Let's see what we got here from Amelia, right? Many of you know Amelia has a setup that she does every day, which is called Trade Watch Alerts. She is a phenomenal trader. She's calling this the anatomy of a trade. She's actually been breaking her trades up and holding a second exit now. And this is the way that this is her screenshot. This is her TOS trade right in her TOS account. Non-funded, of course, I cannot have, we can't show you funded trades. It's not us, not that we don't want to. Those that, but others do, yeah, and they're the ones that the SEC comes knocking on their door and says, we want to talk, right? And I know because I've been through the SEC investigation with a previous company I was with. They paid $11 million in legal fees to pay a $750,000 fine. Cost them $11 million in legal fees. Thank you, SEC. Let's see what we got here. So this is on SPY. She bought at 9:44 this morning, the green bar at the bottom. She bought 5 contracts of the 408 calls at 219, right? That was at 9:44. At 10:19, so let's say 9:45 and 10:20. So I can do that in my head easy. That's 15 and 20. That's 35 minutes. 35 minutes later, she sold the first 3 of them. So she's focused on that same belief that I have, that you want to exit the majority of your contracts. By your second exit, you want to be out of the majority, which is the way 4-3-2-1 works. But if you're doing a 4-contract trade, we do 2-1-1, right? So she did a 2 exit trade where she did 60% of the contracts, 3 of the 5, and then she got the last 2. So she exited those 3 contracts. The 408's at 310. That's about, what is that, 91 cents? And then she got taken out of the last one, stopped out of the last 2 contracts at 312. So she made a little bit more on it, but not really a whole lot. So we say on average, we'll call it 90 cents each, right? Or 90 cents per contract. So let's see, bought 5 contracts, the 408s at 219, trailing stop on a 13 EMA on a 5-minute chart. Just giving you all the details, folks. Number 2, sold 3 contracts at the 408s at 310, trailing stop on the 8 moving average on the 5-minute chart. Number 3, she got stopped out of the 2 contracts of the 408s at 312, right? So at 90 cents a contract times 5 contracts, that's 9 times 5, $450. Kudos, congrats, great job. Amelia's a phenomenal trader. Phenomenal trader. Let me ask you, let me check my notes here first. I didn't miss anything. Yeah, there you go, Erica. That's exactly who it was. Congrats, Amelia. Congrats, Amelia from Brenda. Okay, good. Do you like, Amelia's asked for some feedback. It takes her a little more time to do it this way, but do you like when she lays it out like this? 1, points out where it happened. 2, points out what candle it was. 3, points out what candle it was. Do you like this? Give me a 1 for yes, a 2 for no. And if you don't answer, I'm going to assume it's a 2. This will help us determine, does she keep sending these in for Mondays or not? I know you're all busy, but I made it simple. Hit the 1 key just 1 time, and then the enter key. So yes, you got to hit 2 keys. But you know what? I want you used to hitting the enter key anyway. This is good practice. See? All right, there we go. I appreciate it. Y'all lighting the screen up, hands going up. Woo! Right? I definitely appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. So let me bring over Omega charts for a second, and let's go look at Tesla. I am a huge fan of this puppy, right? They closed up here in a bullish bias, true bullish bias. They were one of the candidates that I put out this morning in the Market Mornings with Robert Roy training that we do each and every trading day, which there will be none on Friday, of course, because of the market being closed. And we were in a true bullish bias. The stock was above the highest moving average, which was the 8. All 3 of the moving averages are in the right order: 8, 21, 55, pink, green, brown, right? In that order, or red, whatever it is. It's a dark red, a medium brown, whatever color you want to call it, right? And we gapped down, and we gapped right to the 200-day, the $200 price point. Now I have a blue zone in there. That blue zone goes between the fib line and the 200, right? And all that is that's a health zone, is what that area is. It's an area of strength, health, whatever you want to call it, okay? And that is 202.13. So if we step down into that level, we're looking at, okay, is this going to give us added strength, or is that going to be weakness from that level? The gap down brought us to weakness immediately, right? Meaning we broke down below the 200. So what has to happen now? I need to get back above that 202 level, move up, retest, and bounce. And then I look to take a bullish position on, right? Well, and when you look at the market today, right, let's grab SPX for a second. We'll go back to this, right? Look at the S&P 500 right now. We are up $3.79, right? Okay, so we're up $3.79 right now on SPX. Let me go back over to Tesla. So we're looking at that move up the 200 and the bounce. It's like, yes, we're going to get that move back up. And I watched the candle and it's stretching. And what happens? It failed off of that 202 level. All right. So what does it mean? Well, as we gap down to right here, right where we opened up, my immediate position was not 1 in the chair. My immediate position was 2, because we opened right at a key level. Now I've got the moving average in there to contend with, so I'm not that excited. There's room, but it's not like I got a $12 move in here. It's $4, $5, $6, whatever it is, right? So then we start to go back up, and I go from position 2 in the chair, which is straight up in the chair, back to position 1. I'm leaned back and I'm watching it in the health zone, in the blue zone. We get back up and we barely break above that 202 and change level, and I am not in position 2 in the chair. I am in position 1. I am waiting for it to continue to push up, retest, bounce, and I'm going to look to take the trade. And what happens? It starts to fail back in the blue zone. So now I'm pulled back into position 1. You guys see what I'm doing here? Right? I'm making it graphic. I'm making it a visualization for you. Okay? But mentally, this is what's going on for me. Right? There's a million things processing at one time as the trade is setting up like this. Right now, we've got the 200 and the 202.13 level. Let's go look over on Tesla right here. So I've got the 200. You can see we gapped up. We pushed back in there. There's the wick that's stretched above. These are 1 minute candles right now. If I go to a 5, you'll see it real quickly in here. But let's go back to the ones. I got to scroll backwards so we can get the beginning of the trade, of the day rather. Riding along on my automobile. Okay. So can I get away with that one? Yeah, okay, good. A little bit higher stretch. So we bounce off of that bottom level, the 200, and we move up. We pierce above. I'm in position 1 in the chair. We fail. Okay, I'm back in position 3. Chugga, 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 chugga. We get down here, position number 2. We bounce. Oh, darn. Okay? But we've broken through. You guys have heard me say this before. We've chipped away at the ice. If any of you find in an old toolbox somewhere and you're willing to send it to me, I'll pay for the shipping, even the hammer if you want. I'm looking for that small, very tiny, rock chipping hammer. Go to the Shawshank Redemption movie and look at the chipping hammer he had inside of his Bible. If you don't know what it is, you'll find it if you watch the movie, right? Look at that. That's the type of hammer I'm looking for, because that's what's happening here. Chipping away at the ice. We did that right here. We broke through. What did that do? It gave the bears the ability to crush right through there. Boom, right? Well, we bounced back. Okay, darn. So I'm in position 2 at the chair. I'm watching what? You guys see the 8 moving average in here? Let me do it this way. Let me try to get rid of some of this on the screen. Make this a little bit bigger. Let's do a little bit less. I'm trying to make this as big as I can without it becoming annoying. All right. So there's the chipping away at the ice. We get back right back above, but I'm watching the 8 moving average right now in here. And we hit the 8 and we fail. And it looks like we have a descending triangle with the 8 moving average coming into the 200-point level. And I am loving this setup. I'm like, yes, I am waiting. Give me a breakout. This breakout took place and I stepped into the trade on that breakout. Now, this is on a 1 minute candle already. There was no real retest in there. That breakout was a moving average crossing down through that level as ready. There was my confluence, a moving average crossover at the same time, not already. At the same time, there was my confluence, 8 moving average, fib line. I jumped in, took the trade there. Now remember, we had, let me go back here. Our moving average here, let me do it this way. So we're above board on everything. The moving average was 194.99. I probably want to write that down. 194.99, because I'll keep talking and forget what the heck it was. Right? That was yesterday's closing price of the 8 moving average, 194.99. I'll remember it now because I wrote it down and I keep telling myself I can't forget it, right? So if we draw a line down here, we're going to change the level, of course. 194.99. All right, let's go over to style and let's change the weight is fine. We need style. Let's go over to that dash dot. Let's go over to that pink color. Put that in place. Why did I do that? That is the 8 period moving average. That's the level the 8 closed at yesterday. But the 8 is a different price today, yes, but I want yesterday's price. We're working off a daily chart, making the decisions. That's yesterday's level. I want to deal with that level as my potential exit. Now I'm going to shift this over to 5 minute just to make it easier for us to see at this point, right? The day's been chugging, the day's been chugging, the day's been chugging, okay? And what happened? We broke. There's the entry, right? So we're looking at just under $200, right around 199 was the entry into the trade. All right, we move down, we move down, we move down. We've got a level at 195, right about 196 is our exit. So on this candle right here, we got to a low of 195.88. This candle right there, we hit it, but it doesn't matter. We're out at 199 at that point, and the trade is over. So 199 to 196. So a $3 move, 70 delta, let's call it. That's $2.10. Wipe out the 10 cents. Call it a $2 move on Tesla. 1 contract, $200. 10 contracts, $2,000. All right? Guys, what I just went through, and let me look at this first before I ask questions and get. Yeah, so Tim is asking, did I buy puts to get in this trade? And the answer is yes. I don't short the stock. I actually do with the puts. Micro steps add up greatly, Deborah said. Good. I'm glad. She liked it. So I asked the question on Amelia. I spent a lot of time. This was 7 minutes so far we have spent on this setup. Was this worth your time for me to do, or would you rather me just jump into the S&P, jump into the trades that you guys are looking at? Is this worth your time? Give me a 1 for yes, a 2 for no. And if you don't answer, again, I'll just assume that you're not interested in it, and that's okay. You've kind of spaced out or checked out, whatever word we want to use. Right? PKO, yeah, it's so valuable, definitely worth our time. Such a blessing how you just taught it, Karen. I appreciate that. Yeah, so I can't see who asked it. There we go. Brendan said, so the dashed out of 194.99 was Friday's 8 moving average close, Brenda. It wasn't the price close. It was the 8 moving average close. Andrew said, so worth it. Let me go back down. A lot of ones. I appreciate the feedback there, guys. Any chart analysis is good. Excellent. I love hearing that. You're welcome, Brenda. Kevin said, Rob, I'm so glad what you said about the moving average from Friday makes so much more sense. Thank you for that info. So worth it. Good. Yeah, people get confused. They focus on today's moving average, but guess what? Today's moving average, there's a problem with it. You know what the problem is? It's moving. You don't have a fixed point to work off of. You can try to work off of the last candle. Right? All right, we got 5 minutes already. You can try working off of the last candle in there, but I'll just bring that in. But that to me is not a feasible strategy working off of it. At least for me. It doesn't mean there aren't traders that making it work. It doesn't mean you can't make it work. What works best for me is the way that I just laid it out. Why? Because traders knew on Friday's close, that's where the moving average was. They knew it right there. Traders knew that that's where the 200 was. They knew where the fib line was if they're looking at those. But now remember the additional analysis that I did, right? Remember the additional analysis that I did. That 8 moving average coming down with the horizontal line moving across of the moving average, folks, that is not where most people are talking. They're not. This is not the way most people trade this or talk about it or teach it or anything else. You know, one trader that I met with over this last week, we got talking about how I do my analysis and I share the numbers that we do. And of course, everything we talk is non-funded. But guys, when you take a power option plays as an example, and I call a trade out, that trade is on a video on a Sunday that goes out, or a Saturday, it goes out to the entire group, you know, hundreds of people inside power option plays, goes out to them, and they see exactly what I'm looking at for the trade. So now when we come back on Tuesday night and we analyze the market and I say, we took this trade, I already told you to take it if X happened in Sunday's video. And the comment from her was, Rob, I've seen other traders that I've worked with, and you ask them to show what they're doing, and it's all, no, we can't show you any of that. Really? I remember my very first Fibonacci book that I bought. It was called Trading the Zen or something Zen in it. And on page 2, I think it said, we will not be teaching you how we use Fibonacci's because we use a proprietary system. Instead, we're going to show you how powerful Fibonacci's are by using pyramids, the pyramids and things like that. I'm like, y'all are freaking nuts. That was a $60 book 20 plus years ago. There was no Amazon. This was some guy that wrote a book and was selling it. And it was freaking horrible trading book. Great kindling for my fireplace. Horrible trading information though. It was terrible. What was in there? Paula said, nice step by step. Some people take for granted that newer people know what's going on. Yeah, and there you go, Paula. And that's a great point, right? Is I never, ever, ever do that. You know, same thing, conversation this last week. I think I told 2 or 3 different people that when I was teaching live events where we would go, you know, till 5, 6 o'clock at night, There are many a night that I was sitting there at 7:30 at night with one person trying to help them understand what options were and how they worked, because it wasn't sinking in, right? I am known as the coach that leaves no trader behind, right? So when I make comments such as some would revere me as the most trusted trading coach out there, right? It's based on things like that, because I know what others are and are not doing out there. Listen, there are plenty of people that make money in the market. I'm not saying that we're the only one that can show you how to use the market successfully, right? So Brendan said, so where was the 8 moving average close on SPY? I don't know, Brendan. We'd have to look at where that is. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate that. And says, yes, you are now. Brendan was, you're amazing. Well, I appreciate it, folks, very, very much. Very, very, very much. Ooh, goodness gracious. Okay, so I didn't read the whole comment from you yet, Jim. I'm just going to read it out loud along the way. It's just too long. In Market Mornings recordings, you sometimes say, you will take a directional trade, but are you going to be bullish or bearish direction? Or you will say, I am looking for a bounce and then get in, bounce up or down. If you could add the direction of your comments, that would be great help. So, okay, I'll give an example, Jim. Today I mentioned Tesla in Market Mornings, right? I said Tesla came out with this number. They had whatever billion in 400,000 in sales, whatever it was, cars sold, 20,000 more than they planned, whatever it was. And I didn't like the spread on it, but I said I'm looking for a directional trade. My expectation that they were down $4 in pre-market would be that they would go down. But that doesn't mean they're not going back up. When I say I'm going to take a directional trade, I'm going to use every skill that I have, Jim, like Tesla today, like this wedge formation that I can't even calculate what might happen along the way. So it's a little hard to pick a direction since I don't know yet. And I like those. I'm the kid going into the Christmas morning, right? Waking up and running over to the tree and you got all these presents, right? That's the present I get to unwrap. And as I'm unwrapping it, I'm starting to see what's inside the package. And that's what happened with Tesla today. I'm watching it, and as I'm unwrapping it, it's showing me, revealing to me what the pattern is. 70 said, I've learned more from your company this year than I did 10 years with, I'm not going to say who it was, with another company. And I greatly appreciate that. And we hear that all the time. And we do not take it for granted at all, ever take stuff like that for granted, right? My team, we talk about it. We have our company meetings. We collect testimonials from people. We see stuff like that in there. I mean, for me, it's the thing that gets me up in the morning. It's the thing that, makes that lunch that I had with my good friend who pushed me into starting Wealth Builders when I didn't want to do it. It's the stuff that makes me want to come back and teach these classes right here, right? Kevin said, from our time together, you're the best. Again, I appreciate it. Paula said, example had been trying to find what others meant by break, retest, bounce, but others don't show what they mean. Okay, guys, here's the thing. I want you to consider something. So we'll call this a shameless plug at this point. If this is the stuff I give you for free compared to what others are doing out there, because they don't want to give you, because they got one thing and they only know how to do one thing, and you're not going to find anything out about it unless you subscribe. Right? And for us, most of what we do on quarterly subscriptions has trials. If you don't like it, cancel it. Your card wasn't charged. Here's exactly what happens. You enter your credit card information in. The company confirms that it's a real card. They do a $1 confirm that it's a real card. It comes back as it is, and then they cancel the $1. So you don't even see the $1 charge go on there because it was just a test. It's like a hold, but a hold that went on for a half a second. Like if you go to a hotel. We're going to hold $100 for incidentals, okay? It's like that, but for half a second. So you'll never even see it on your credit card. You can't catch it that fast. If you were on your account, you wouldn't see it on your Amex or whatever. You wouldn't see it. So if we do that here for free, and what we do in Trading Coaches Playbook, look at the powerful information these guys give away in there. It's insane, right? If we do that for free, imagine what's inside of the stuff that we have that are subscription-based. Lee, I want you to do something. Do me a favor. Sean, you have a replay up for Key to Be Free, correct? All right. Lee, drop in the link to the replay for Key to Be Free. If y'all did not watch this training, go and watch it. Go and watch it. And here's what I'll do. I shut my calendar down from that last Key to Be Free because the conversations people were having after it were with me directly. I will open that calendar back. Sean, make sure you open that back up, all right? I will open that calendar back up. If you guys watch the Key to Be Free, and there's going to be questions about it, so don't register without watching it, okay? If you watch that Key to Be Free and you want to figure out how I can help you do this, go ahead and register for a conversation with me. Yes, I know I'll be sorry this week for opening it up. There are not a lot of slots on my calendar, so take advantage of it. I may have to move a few around just based on when you make an appointment. I'll give an example. Someone made an appointment because a slot was open that I did not plan on that still being there. But that slot was open and the start of it was the same exact time that I would finish my physical therapy this week. So we had to make an adjustment and move one of them. But if y'all click on it and set up, then I will definitely do that. Let's see. All right. So Erica said, sometimes the market moves a lot in short weeks, wondering if SPY may push up to the 430. I don't think we're done going up yet on the market. So it's possible. But we're going to look at the SP in a few minutes. Jim said, thanks for the extra information on your comments in the recordings. Yeah, absolutely, Jim. Erica, awesome. You're changing lives to the better. Well, thank you. Guys, this wasn't about me today. I wasn't trying to do that. Paula said, I have taken the 30-day challenge twice and just started trading you a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, there you go, Paula. You got some great trainings behind you there, without a doubt. Let's see. All right. Which one was it, Sean? Which is it? A certain link? I see two of them dropped in. Either one. Oh, the one that was dropped in was just to Lee, though, to us. Okay. The bottom one goes to the video along with the booking. So Lee, drop that link in that Sean put in there, if you would. There you go. So guys, follow that link there. Erica, have you talked with her already? No? All right, let's get you on my schedule. Go ahead and cancel that appointment with her and let's get you on my schedule. All right. Barry said, does the sign up for the phone meeting work? I tried to sign up 3 times after the free class a week ago, and every time I did not go through. So Barry, when we did that training, which is why I started this class off with an apology, we did that training. We were 15 minutes into the training, and my calendar was fairly full already for a week out with the number of calls that I had to take, which was much more than I had planned on. Right. So I apologize for that. It definitely works. So you should not have a problem with that at all. If you try it, then go ahead and let Lee know while we're in here and he'll get something out to you. Lee, make sure you follow up with Barry that he gets set up on there to come into a call. All right. And those of you that had one and maybe canceled it, really, folks, if you're going to set up with me, I know things happen, but please try not to change it where possible, because there are others that are trying to sign up and just can't. Okay, guys, let's go and look at the S&P 500 real quick. Let's bring that up. Have you talked to her already, Karen? Go ahead and reschedule it. But you can't reschedule, guys. If you have an appointment already, Karen and such, if you had an appointment already, you have to cancel it. Reschedule it, put you back on their calendar. You've got to go into the Key to Be Free, go to bookacall.org, go there, and mine is the only calendar on there right now. Correct, Sean? Yeah, so mine's the only calendar set up on there. If you cancel that one you have now, reschedule with me or reschedule it again, you will be on my calendar. Again, I wasn't planning on offering this, so I've got some doctor appointments that I've got to make sure I've got enough time to get back from, because I only put on there when I'm at the appointment. I don't put the 15 minutes it's going to take me to get home or any of that. So it may let you slip one in somewhere. So if we have to adjust it, please understand that. All right. Thanks again for that, Lee. Okay. So S&P 500. Guys, bottom line is if you want to learn how to do this, I can help get you there. right? We have not done key to be free in a while, and I was blown away at the response we had to it. So when we look at the S&P 500, we have just blown through that 4094 level, right? I'm not going to put a 4100 or a 4200 on there, and it's not. I don't need it on the S&P. I need the 1,000-point levels. The 4,000 was critical. That 4181 is the test. Right now, we're in an open field, right? You are literally, think of yourself. Well, I don't want to say it like that. I don't want to maybe have the wrong connotation for some. But if you're playing a game of hide and seek and you're running around in an open field, you're going to get caught, right? You're very, very visible, very easy to get seen. You're in an open field right now. All the way from the 4093 to 4181, which is the next black line, that is the major Fibonacci level that we have to contend with. Major level we've got to contend with. Those are the two levels. Now you need to play the game. Where is the setup? Where are the intraday indicators? What other indicators are you using? Are you looking at an ADX and a DMI plus and minus? Are you looking at a CCI? Are you using stochastics and or MACD, RSI like Brandon does? What other indicators are you using? Whatever your system requires, and look for the right entry. Bottom line, if I'm trading SPY, I'll trade them off pivot points. Other than that, it's got to come back to the 4093 level. I don't want to trade it without that. It doesn't work for me. I am not the aggressive trader that just needs to chase it. I'll go find something else. I'll trade the Qs, I'll trade the RUT, I'll trade the diamonds, I'll trade Tesla, Netflix, Nvidia, Roku, PayPal, Amazon, Apple, Google, right? Any one of them that fit the criteria today. Chipotle was a great example. If you look at the pattern, Chipotle was on my list, man. I rock it on Chipotle. This year, we've crushed it on Chipotle. Higher price stock, lower open interest, so it's not for the faint of heart, wider bid-ask spreads. It's more of an experienced trader's position, okay? We opened up below that 200 and we bounced. We got to that 200. We got down here in the open and we gapped right past that, not 200 level, 1700 level. We gapped right through it, okay? Back in position 3 in the chair. So yes, I like it, but did I take it? Heck no. It's the wrong trade. Only take the trades that work. Where are they? Let's see. Where are they? Let's see what we're looking at. There we go. Follow Rob's rules. Okay. Follow Rob's rules. Right? That's what my button is right here.
Follow Rob's rules.
Right? This was given to me and anybody that was in Inner Circle. Maybe Mastermind 2, I don't remember. Yeah, Mastermind 2. Roman had brought these to the last live event we did in New York, right? And he has his on his desk. And the exact one, and he presses it when he's placing that trade. It's all about setting him up for success. Every bit hilarious. There you go. Whatever I can do to make it fun. Jim said, SPX daily chart, last 3 days, could it be a gap move? It's very possible. I mean, we get gaps all the time on the S&P. It's probably the most gap position there is, right? But you got a nice gap here. This was a gap down. It's all about the close of where we're at. But we've had some gaps in there, but it's more of the retest. The gap is great, but it's the type of gap, really bottom line comes down to anybody that's trading gaps and statistically does not know what that stock, not the S&P, but the SPY, what that stock has done with that kind of gap, the same type of gap that it did, so it's a bullish gap, right? Well, let's say it this way. It's a gap. So what's the chances the gap fills today? Well, it did today on this one, right? What's the chances the gap filled today? Well, I don't know. It's probably 80%. Is it? Okay, what's the chances that it fills on a bullish, this was a bearish gap today, that it fills on a bearish gap? Well, I don't know what the percentage is. Okay, do you know what the percentage is on a Monday? The day of the week? What about based on the dollar amount of the position? Right? What about based on up or down? There's a different gap statistic for either one. Knowing the gaps and how to trade them are critical. Right? This is a standard procedure of what we do. Do me a favor, Lee, drop in the gap trading stats, guys. I'm pretty sure there's a trial on this if you're interested, take advantage of it. But man, that statistic, you can't get it anywhere. The VP of Benzenga, wrote an article. Well, an article was written on us, and they said, Rob is getting this data through us, and no one else is producing results like this of what they're finding inside of gaps, right? So you got some great statistics in there to look at. Yeah, good point. This is CMG, not SPX. I appreciate it. I should be looking at SPX. I switched it back over to CMG. Let me just click there instead of trying to type it. It was the same pattern, which is why I didn't think anything of it. Same pattern. So all the gaps that are in there, but it's what happens with it. Will it pull back to the 40.94 and bounce? If not, I'm going to trade off pivot points only on this. All right, guys, start dropping in the candidates you want me to take a look at. I don't have a whole lot of time left. I want to go back and touch one more time on, bring it back to the presentation one more time. Trading like it's 2008, right? Why would I say that? We're going to party like it's 1999, right? Well, close. We're in the same market like a 2008 was, right? This housing debacle that took place that took 5 years to recover from. I heard the crazy statistics and I listen to these people talk real estate, and hopefully I'm dead wrong, but I don't think we're done with real estate yet going down. I don't think we're done with inflation's got to get fixed. I think if unemployment goes up, I think inflation is going to stick around a while. I'm actually very concerned of some kind of stagflation, possibly recession with what we're talking about, the way the market looks, not just coming from me, but those that I talk to as well. I'm hearing the same types of things from. So right now, if you look at my favorite way to trade, it's not how I trade today. I would much rather be in swing trades than day trades. I'd rather do 15, 20 trades a month, not 40, 50, 60 trades a month, which is what I'm doing. I'd rather be in a much longer, drawn out trade than this fast mover, got to get in and out today, right? We'll do both, always will, but I'd rather be there, but we're not. So what do? I've shortened my time frame to a day trade where I'm in and out the very same day. But go a step beyond that, it's a micro day trade. What is that? That means I ain't looking to hit resistance anymore if we get a bounce off support. I'm looking for it to make a move up, doom, and then do what? Blah, 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 blah. All right, that's it, I'm done, I'm out. Lock the profits in, call it a day. Exits are set the same way, nothing changes there. But this micro day trade, Okay, I just want to make a note of something for you guys for next week. This micro day trade is critical to the success in this type of market. You've got to be really good at getting in and getting out with the different rules. Now, are there things that help me? Yes, there are. Looking at the charts, learning how to read the moving averages, finding things there like that 8 moving average coming up onto the horizontal line we had there, which was also the 8 closing moving average on Friday. But I meant the one on today, the 5-minute that was coming down, and being the 8-minute that was coming down on the 5-minute candle. Finding that moving average, that descending triangle in there was critical. Using statistics on stocks gaps and so forth. All of these things help me in the bigger picture, but realizing that I am not sticking it out for the whole day any longer, that's big. That's really big. Right? Crucial to my success, to your success. Karen said, do you always wait for the price to move $1 after the retest before you enter on every trade, or did I understand when I heard you say that? Yeah, so I'm always looking for a move in a direction. Many cases in power option plays, to keep everything simple, we use $1. I use some different numbers for myself in my own proprietary systems, right? That I trade, some of the things that we haven't talked about yet because I haven't released those systems to you guys yet. But yes, I always need a move off of that level first, some movement away. Now, will I get $1 move on Roku or PayPal? No, it's too big of a move. I'm not waiting for that much, right? How about on Booking? Well, $1 ain't a whole lot. That could be the bid-ask spread right? On it. So a little more than that on those companies. Erica said, I like string trades as well, in and out in minutes. It seems like, yeah, and that's what you have to do right now, is that much shorter time frame. All right, let's see what we got here. You guys did drop some in. Ooh, okay, quite a few in. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in. So mega chart. Let me bring this over to Get all symbols there. Let's go to Meta. What did I hit? I don't want to add anything. Meta. All right, so Meta right now, let's bring this out a little bit. Let's get a bigger picture view. Very impressed. I've been beating on Zuckerberg for a long time. Very impressed with how Zuckerberg has been able to come back and kick tail with Facebook stock, with Meta stock, right? Today was the setup, right? What happened? We gapped down. We went to the $208.62 and we bounced. I didn't take the trade. I didn't see the trade. I don't know what time the trade came out, but that is an ideal setup of what we're looking for in power option plays. Right there, key level. We got a bounce. We were at a rank of 2 on this position with a bias of bullish, right? All good. Everything telling me if the pattern projects itself properly, take the trade, right? If we look, let's see. There we go. We're looking at 220 is resistance and 209 is support, right? So I hope that helps the X. Eric is asking for SPY. Okay, so SPY, we pulled back. I did look at SPY. We did not get enough of a pullback that I like the way it looks, so I didn't take it. I'm looking closer to that 408 level with a close closer to it. Not at it, but closer to it than we had. And a bounce, we're up to 418, right? So we don't need a fib in there, but realistically, I would probably mentally, the furthest I would let it go is that midpoint, and I'm going to be out of half of the trade. There's no question. I'm not waiting to take this all the way to the top. Not on SPY. All right, I hope that helps, Erica. NVIDIA. All right, NVIDIA was a little bit of a head fake today. It gapped down on a bullish market. It broke above that 275.88 and now has pulled back from where it was. This goes back to the micro day trade. Right? Gap up. Woo! Rocket. Actually, not only a gap up, it retested that 274.38. Is that the fib line on there? I don't know. Sometimes TradeStation 275.88. TradeStation likes to change my lines. So let's make that 275.88. All right, there we go. So it gapped up, it ran, it retested, and it bounced. And then what happened? Green, 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 green. Wait, we're getting smaller, very small. We're starting to fail. Goodbye, for sure by there. All right, see what I'm talking about? Micro, very short period of time. So if you go back, you've got that 269.85 level, which is the 8 moving average right now as the next downside target. I'm looking at the get above that 276. Get me up to 277, 276 and a half, pull back towards the 276, bounce, and you're looking at 286 and a half as resistance. I hope that helps on NVIDIA. DX. RH asked about USO, US oil. Yep. Thank you, Saudi Arabia, or all of the countries, I guess, that decided to cut production by 1.6 million barrels, I think it was. And we see this massive jump to the upside on the price of oil. We had that great wedge happening in there. We broke out to the downside, and now we get this gap up. We've got a lot of resistance right up in here around that 71.5, 72 level. So keep that in mind, even to the point, if you look at where we are right now, you know, where this high was, takes us right about where this swing high candle right there, the middle one, was. All right, so be a little careful on oil. Let's see what happens over the next few days. Of course, we got down to $70 a barrel. We were going to buy back and fill up the strategic reserve at 70, and instead we announced that we're going to do it. So what happens? We get down to 70 and Saudi Arabia goes, oh, let's raise the price. All right, so they can't fill back that strategic reserve. I think we're setting ourselves up for a world of hurt right here. Oh, Trip said, let's mix it up and put in diamonds. Wow. Let's get a little bigger picture. 230 to 241. We need to split that level in half, so we need negative 136. We're at resistance. Pull back to the 230 level before doing anything. Hope that helps. I'm going to pick one of them for you, Brenda, because I'm a little short on time. Qs, and we already did SPY, so I know you're a big Qs fan. We got that gap down, kind of waffled at that 318.5 level, right? We're getting to the point we may need to put a new fib in. 18 to 34. What do we got there? 11 points. Oh, yeah, we definitely need, well, we're going to need an 882. I don't normally like putting it in this far in advance. This is a violation line of where we need to put a new fib. All right. Although 2008 was brutal. Yeah, it was an interesting year. You did, Erica said, did good on meta spread last week. Excellent. Thank you. You're welcome. All right. Fantastic. So, folks, we're going to wrap it up there. Listen, Lee dropped a couple of links in. Go watch Key to Be Free. Go get registered for Brandon's top 3 trading strategies. And remember, Friday we are closed, right? Market is closed. Don't get up early looking for the market to be open and you go jumping in, trying to jump in when there's nothing there. Jim said, last Monday you showed us Fibonacci time extensions worked great. Yes, good. PK, thank you for so much today. Ladies and gentlemen, have a blessed rest of your day, and I will see all of you at our next update. All right, folks, bye for now.